What have I been up to the past 10 years since I left Dance Moms? That's crazy. It was 2014 when I left, and now we're almost into 2024. Whenever I left the show in 2014, that was actually the last day I ever danced. That Purple Rain solo was the final moment. You know, the day of the fight that everyone knows about. Once we finally left the show, I was a normal high school girl, went to public school, I basically just played catch up on typical teenager things. Going to school dances, I was going to school football games, I was hanging out with my friends and keeping up with my schoolwork. It was kind of too late for me to join a new sport, and I knew I didn't want to dance. That had been ruined for me. I graduated high school in 2016, and then I went to college. I went to Ohio University. OU, oh yeah. I was there for 3 years. I actually ended up graduating a year early, but while I was there, I double majored in marketing and management information systems. I was a part of a few clubs and things, but basically just focused on my academics and, of course, my social life. I am Kelly's daughter. I traveled around Europe for a month once I graduated, and when I got home, I knew it was time to do the big girl things, so I started applying for corporate jobs, and I ended up landing one in influencer marketing. It was in the e-commerce fashion field. Worked on their paid partnerships. I was so excited. I had to move to LA for the job. So I did that, and I was there for 2.5 years. I geographically loved LA. I loved being close to the beach and the mountains, and I met so many good people there, and I learned so much. When my job went remote, I ended up moving to Austin, Texas with a few of my college friends, and we had so much fun. Loved Austin. I only ended up lasting there for like 1.5 years, and I knew I wanted to end up in Pittsburgh in the long run. I'm so close with my family, so I knew I wanted to be near them. I moved back to Pittsburgh, and quickly after, I ended up getting laid off from my job. I took that as a sign that I should try being a full-time content creator. I had always thought about it just because it was really hard balancing both. I was working my 9 to 5, and I would get home and I would have a 5 to 9 and so on. I wasn't only creating my content, I was also managing myself just because I have the degree in the field and I was getting other people paid partnerships. I felt like I was qualified to negotiate on my behalf. I'm the one that's pitching myself and the one that's responding to all the emails that come in. It's working for now. I like structure in my life, and influencing, doing this is extremely seasonal, and I hate the fact that this could literally be wiped away from me at any moment. There's really no security in it. Thankful that I do have a degree and some experience to fall back on if that ever were the case, but I'm grateful to have this now. Things I've been loving outside of work. I love a good like hot Pilates, yoga, HIIT workout classes. I have a dog. He is a mini golden and Aussie doodle mix. He's about to be 2. He's my pride and joy, but I love hanging out with him, my boyfriend, and my friends. Love to travel. I feel like I'm hardly ever home. I'm actually right now hosting trips where my followers can come and join me. I just did one in Bali, I did one in Costa Rica, and my next stop is Croatia this summer, and I'm so excited. I traveled for a month with a group of people that I had never met before until we landed in Spain. It was one of the highlights of my life. I had so much fun. I made friendships that are going to last a lifetime. We meet up in random different cities. I've been to some of their weddings. It was an experience of a lifetime, and I wanted to do it again since the day I left. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. So now I'm hosting these trips myself. Me and my boyfriend actually just moved into a new apartment. Our last one was fully furnished. So right now my head has been getting us settled in this place. A lot of decorating, a lot of organizing, a lot of shopping. My sister and I are also in talks of starting our own little brand. It hasn't launched yet, so I'm not going to spill too much tea, but we do have our Instagram page, which is Highland Sis, if you want to follow along. That's me. I am no longer Brooding Brooke, no longer the little girl on the show. Well, I am still little. I'm now officially the shortest of all the girls, even though I am the oldest. I'm about to be 26. I'm about to be kicked off my parents' health insurance. I'm living with a boy. It's scary how quickly time flies. Wow. I think what you saw of me on Dance Moms, I was Brooding Brooke. I'm not Brooding Brooke, and if you follow along with me on my social media, you would know that. I feel like that is people's biggest things. It's like, you had 0 personality and you were always miserable. And I'm like, yeah, because I wasn't really happy with being there. Now I'm happy with my life. But yeah, that's me. That's where I'm at now, and that's me. I am super grateful and happy to be where I am. Bye.